So today on the Business Spotlight, I've got Chinyere Adeniyi-Alade of Grampian Credit Union. Thank you, Chinyere, for joining me today. Can you just tell us a little bit about Grampian Credit Union and what it is that you do?
Thank you, Brenda, for inviting me. It's been a while. We tried this a while ago and it didn't work, so we're here today. In terms of Grampian Credit Union, Grampian Credit Union is a savings and loans cooperative. So we're a mutual and we're owned by our members. And Grampian Credit Union has been in operation for over 30 years now in the Grampian area. The Grampian area consists of Aberdeen City, Aberdeenshire and Moray. The region used to be called the Grampian Regional Council, and so Grampian Credit Union was started by the Grampian Regional Council for the staff of the Grampian Regional Council.
Okay.
About 30 years ago. And then after a while, it grew bigger and opened up its doors to NHS staff. And now it's for anybody living or working in the Grampian area. I'm the chief executive of Grampian Credit Union. I took up that role in 2016. However, I've been with Grampian Credit Union for over 16 years in different roles.
So you will have seen many changes probably through that time, yeah, and many challenges. What have been the challenges that you've faced then as a business?
I guess as the credit union grew and we had more members join, we also had to change with the times and the demands of the membership. And changing for a small organization isn't usually that quick because most organizations that are small don't have the capacity for that change. So we had to take it gradually and try to be as modern as possible because people are now looking at modern organizations, internet, websites, and all the like. So we've had to also change in line with that, and that's what we're doing.
So how big is the organization then? How many team members?
In terms of staff, we have right now, because we had 2 people retire in a few months ago, which was really it was sad to see them go, but it was also good to see people who have spent their lives in the credit union, staying for a long time and just helping out with the credit union. So it was sad to see them go, but it was also something good to see that there's that progression of when people come into the company, they don't want to leave because of what the credit union offers the community. So right now we have 3 full-time staff and 1 part-time staff. And in terms of our membership, we have over 4,500 members.
Okay, so that's a lot of members to manage.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Yeah. So for yourself as the chief executive, what are and having come from worked your way up to that because you've been with the organization a long time, what have been your learnings, I guess, along that journey?
So I started as a finance officer. I've always been in finance, so it was a good post or a good role for me to start. I started as a finance officer, and with being the finance officer, I enjoyed the fact that I was in the back office. So I was at the back. Even though I was also the office manager, but it was, if the CEO wasn't around, then I'm in charge. But I was happy being at the back and just looking at everybody from the back. And then having to become the CEO meant I had to now move in front of everyone, which I struggle with a bit initially because I'm the kind of person that will go to a conference and just look for the seat at the back. And now I have to go to the conference and look for the seat in front or in the middle somewhere. And then I have to network and I have to speak to people. So it was it was a good learning curve for me. And
Yeah.
and now I just do it as second nature. I guess I while I was learning that, I attended a networking seminar where the person actually said something that really resonated with me and made sense to me. It was like, most people don't like networking. No, that was what he said. And if you don't like it, what you should do is when you get into a place, look for that person that is standing by themselves.
Yeah.
And start that conversation. So that was what I took on board, and that was what I started doing. So I go into a place, I look for that person that's probably as lost as I am, and we start the conversation.
Oh, that's
So
brilliant. Yeah. That's a really good strategy, actually. I will try that. So yeah, so that's been out of your comfort zone then to come on a marketing video like this.
I don't mind it now. It was, that initial bit of, oh God, what am I going to say? What am I going to do? Oh my God, oh no, all the sweaty palms and stuff. But right now I'm fine because I've done it for a number of years, and I've had to change my mindset about it. I've made myself actually get used to it and do it as much as I can. I wouldn't say get used to it. I shouldn't say that, because every time it's still a new getting myself ready for it. But no, but I can do it now. Yeah.
So I'm just thinking about you've been in charge for quite a few years now, and the Grampian area, the Aberdeen City and Shire, or whatever we want to say, we've been through some really tough times over the last few years, with the oil and gas downturn, and then COVID, and now the cost of living crisis. So how have you, I guess there's two sides to this. There's how you've supported your members and how you've been able to, as an organization, as a business, continue through these tough times. What would you be your reflections on the last few years?
I think the downturn was more or less an eye opener, because we did see a lot of people migrate out of Aberdeen. Aberdeen was a shell of itself. It was, it was,
Absolutely.
it wasn't good. It wasn't a good time. But we also saw a different credit union go under at that time. Well, I think because Grampian Credit Union have always been solid, we've never really depended on grants and funding. We did have a few grants, but we also had our own statutory or platform where we could, we had that amount of money that could keep us and keep us solid. When the grants sort of dried up, we still had that base to stand and continue to help our members, and also take on members from the other credit union that went down, and members from the community. And what we saw then is we had to create more awareness of what the credit union was doing in the community and could do for the community. Because when Aberdeen was an oil booming place, people really didn't think credit union was relevant, because it was seen as somewhere that had money. But during the downturn, where people lost their jobs, people had to retrain and get other jobs, we had to create more awareness of what we can do for the community at that point in time, and where, should I say, welcomed more in those sectors that didn't think were necessary before, because they had
Yeah.
seen a change in the livelihood of their staff members and their community. So we're able to go there and speak to people and get people into the credit union. With COVID was a totally different challenge. It was a challenge from a different world, basically, because COVID shut down. It wasn't just a local shutting down. Now it was a total worldwide shutdown, and COVID changed the way people did things. It changed the way people thought about themselves, their community, their family. It was a total mindset, changing mindset for everybody. So for us, COVID was a time of, let's just survive this time, because initially it was, oh, okay, in a month's time we'll be fine and we'll go back to business as usual. And that did not happen. So it was, let's just try and survive this time. And we had to weigh the risk to our business, because people were losing their jobs, people were being followed, and also the need of our community. So the initial reaction was, maybe we should stop giving out loans because it has now become riskier. But then we also knew that some people needed that line to survive. So we just left our processes the same, basically, and try to help as many people as possible. And now we're in the third phase of cost of living. Like they said, it comes in threes, doesn't it?
Well, I hope this is the last one. Yeah.
Yeah, I hope it's the last one too. But what we're seeing now, unlike COVID, where people were not even applying for loans, and then later on started applying because travel came on board, people started doing other things that they needed to do. With the cost of living, is different because the money going into people's pockets is drastically reduced. So it's no longer a case of can they afford to pay back the loan, is how can we help them afford to pay back the loan. So it's changed. We're weighing the risks differently this time.
No, it's great that there are organizations like you they're available to help people. So yeah. So what are the tools and systems that you use within we talk about putting systems and processes into a business that enables it to run more smoothly. Are there any technology or systems that you use that you would recommend to other businesses?
I'm not sure about recommending to other businesses, but because again, capacity credit unions don't have that large amount of money to spend on fancy systems. Every pound we get in has to be spent meaningfully, because it's not just our members' money, but we're also there to teach people how to manage their money. And if we go all out spending, then what message are we passing to people? So in terms of systems, because we also know that we're a localized organization for Grampian region, but based in Aberdeen, we've had to we have a mobile app that people can use to join us to apply for loans. We have our website where people can join us, have access to their membership accounts, apply for loans. We also have the option of people downloading the paper applications, completing and posting to us if that works for them. We try to stay as long as possible in the office so that people can come in, because we also realize that there are some of our members that need help completing some of these applications. There are some of them that just want to come in and chat because they don't have somebody to chat with. Some of them come in and tell us their whole secrets. So we're there, where that or people that they can just come to and speak to without any backlash or any any judgment. So we have those systems in place for members. We also have our emails, and people can email us with what they need, with inquiries. But in terms of the in-house system, is a credit union based system that we use, although is on the platform of any accounting system that you have out there. But for our members to reach us, we just have the different channels for them to do that. And we try to make our processes as responsive and as short as possible. So we're not making people wait a long time for us to get back to them. Apart from the fact that it's not right, we also know that times have changed and people want things done immediately and quickly.
Yeah, no, that's good. So talking about the people getting in touch with you and being able to walk in, where are you based then? Where, if somebody is wants to come in, where would they find you?
We're based in the city center of Aberdeen, so that's Union Street.
Okay.
We're strategically placed basically in the middle of town, and we occupy one of the old buildings or iconic buildings on Union Street. It used to be called Amicable House. So people that used to come into Aberdeen that don't know Amicable House. So that's where we are just now.
So there's a lot of talk about Union Street at the moment, you know, about our city centre and looking for some sort of rejuvenation and whatever. What are your feelings about the city centre?
I think I'm like everyone. We do need to do something about it. I remember a few years ago, let's even say 10 years ago, there's just the crowd on Union Street used to be. You're walking and there's so many people, and you have the shops. I still have this I still remember those days standing by Union Terrace, the traffic light by Union Terrace, and the crowd that was standing there just waiting for that light to change. And you don't get that anymore because people can't access Union Street easily. There's nowhere to park on Union Street. It's not everybody that wants to come in on the bus. I know the council is trying to make it so that, what did they make it all bus lane or was it bus gate? That's what it's called, isn't it? But it's not everybody that wants to come in on the bus. Some people want to come in their cars and be able to park and walk to the shops. And I wouldn't want to come to Union Street to do shopping and come on the bus. It would be stressful for me. So yeah, I think like everybody in Aberdeen City, Aberdeen, we think more can be done for Union Street, to bring it back to life. I know a few years ago they also did a live after 5, where you can come in after 5 o'clock and park free of charge. And they could do something like that where people can come in and buy stuff and just meet their friends on Union Street. I really feel for the business owners on Union Street because the people are drying up, people are going to other towns, and that's not fair.
Yeah, I hope we can get it turned around before it's too late. Yeah. So in terms of Chinyere, did you always want to be a CEO? Was that always your career path, or?
My career path was to get to the highest I can get to. I guess that was it. To get to the highest I could get to. And when the opportunity came up, I thought, no, why not? I had been on the job for a long time. I had done maybe not the CEO's job, but I had done a lot of what was required of me as a senior manager in the credit union, and I thought, yeah, why not do it? Apart from the marketing bit, but I knew I was going to learn it. I had to learn it anyway. And yeah, was like I said, it was to get to the top of where I can get to. Yeah.
Yeah, well done then.
Thank you.
So I'm gonna just my final question. I've been asking lots of people on the interview this question, and it's really resonates with me because I have two 18-year-olds myself. I think about, but what advice would you give if you could go back and speak to Chinyere when you were 18? What advice would you give yourself?
What I guess the advice I would give myself is just be yourself, work hard, and believe you can do it. Really, just be yourself, work hard, and believe you can do it.
Yeah, because there you are. Here we are now. The living proof that you can get to the top in the organization. So yeah, well done.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much for taking the time to be with me today, Chinyere. I really enjoyed our chat. I wasn't familiar with Grampian Credit Union, so it's great to get a better understanding of what you do and what does the future look like for the organization.
Right now the credit union we're just into loans and savings. So we would like to get into the mortgage arena, even if it's for second mortgage. Also, we would like to, which is what we're already working on, to be more like a household name. You know, people should know more about the credit union. So we're really working on that to promote the credit union, to get our name out there, and to tell our community that we are here for them, and they should come to us for their borrowing and their saving, especially the people that that go to high interest lenders, because we do have them in our community. They should try the credit union and see what the credit union can do for you.
Fantastic. That's a really good last message. So yeah, thank you very much for being with me today, Chinyere.
Thank you, Brenda. Thank you for inviting me. And yeah, I have enjoyed myself.
It's been lovely to meet you. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.